Theater is a live art form. I'm used to dealing with a live art form, not with technology, even after all of that time on Zoom during the pandemic. So I made you a very handsome PowerPoint, and I can't seem to coordinate everything with that. So I'm going to go totally old school with my phone and record me talking over your PowerPoint, which is super low tech and kind of embarrassing. But here we go. Please forgive me. I work in the theater. I'm going to talk about acting terminology because acting is a craft. So my first question is, why study acting? Why don't we study acting? Why not just go and do acting? I hear it all the time with people who are models going, I'm going to try acting. I think I'm going to go out there and try acting. Well, you would never say, I'm going to try being a concert pianist, or I'm going to try being a ballet dancer, or I'm going to try being a fire juggler. We have to train for these things. So it's the same thing with being an actor. Even if you have great intuition and great instincts as an actor, if you don't have craft being some tools to help you to be an actor, one day you're going to get caught with your pants down, metaphorically. What do I mean by that? That I remember the day it happened to me. I have a lot of really good instincts as an actor, and I remember one day being on stage and I had nothing. I sucked so bad, and it was the first time that I found myself having no inspiration and really sucking. And that's when I went, wow, I need to study this and I need to get some craft. So that's what we're doing. Craft is the toolkit that you have as an artist that helps you to continue to do your work as an artist. So we're going to learn some tools for what everybody calls action-based acting, which is acting that is based on what it is you're doing to the other person, not your emotion. So you're not going to hear me talk about emotion. I don't really care about your emotion. Isn't that surprising as an actor? The emotion that you show on stage or in the movie or in the TV show is a byproduct of you trying to get something from somebody else on stage with you. So for me, it's all about action, about what it is you want from the other people or persons on stage with you. So how do we begin? How do we even begin to study the craft of acting? Well, you have all the information that you need to be an actor given to you in the form of a script. What's a script? You know what a script is. A script is a collection of words on a page. For a film script, a television script, a play script for the theater. You're going to hear me speak a lot about the theater because that's the primary art form that I work in, even though I also work with film and television actors. So if you're more interested in film and TV, just insert script when I say play. But we are going to start with the script, with the play, because it has all of the information that we need in order to be actors. So we're going to be detectives looking for clues in the script that will tell us about our character and about the world that they inhabit so that we can begin to do the play, do the movie, do the TV show. And here's how we start. We start with the given circumstances. What are given circumstances? Well, they're exactly what they sound like. They are the circumstances of the world that are given to you by the writer, by the playwright, by the screenwriter. For every play that we work on, for every scene or monologue within a play, we need to gather the information that the playwright has left for us so that we understand who this person is, what their relationships are in this world, and what the world is that they're inhabiting. Because plays, and again, insert that word, film, movie, television show, plays and films and TV shows are about worlds and people that are different than who we are. So in order to play these other people existing in these different times, in these different places, we need to gather as much information as we can in the script. And I guarantee you, it is all there for you. Everything is contained within those pages. You just have to know how to look for them. So let's look at what the given circumstances are in more detail. Oh, look, I can bring my little cursor up here. Who? First thing we need to know, we need to read the play or the script. We need to read it really carefully so that we can start to tease out this information. I need to know who my character is in really specific detail. What is their name? Do they like their name? You know how we all either like our name or we're like, oh God, why did my parents name me that? What's their age? How do they feel about their age? Do they feel good about it? Do they feel older or younger than their actual chronological age? I know I feel younger than my chronological age. What is their gender identity, their gender expression? Are they comfortable within that? How are they seen by the world? And does that match their own internal understanding of who they are? What's their social status? What's their profession if they have one? What's their education? What are their likes, dislikes, insecurities, hopes, fears, aspirations? The more specifically we understand who this person is, the more realistically we can play them. I look at an actor like Meryl Streep, who is one of my heroes, and you can insert your acting hero here. And I think about an interview with her where somebody asked her why she was constantly in the film, I forget which film it was, smoothing down the sides of her skirt. She kept doing it in the film, and she said, well, my character recently lost weight, and she's constantly checking in with herself to make sure that her body is still the way she wants it to be. That's so specific, and that's why every character that Meryl Streep creates is completely different than the character before. This is the work of the good actor, is to figure out who this person is so specifically and how they're different from how they are. And also, not just who you are, but who are the other people in this world with you? Who are the other characters on stage with you or in the film with you? And how does their personality, their wants, likes, dislikes, hopes, insecurities, fears bump up against you? This is the bread and butter of a play. Sometimes the best way to understand who your character is to look at what other people say about them. You may say that you are just the best person ever and you are so great with the ladies and ladies love you, and if every other person in the play is saying, oh my God, that guy, he's such a jerk, then we know that your assessment of yourself, your character, is not the same as everybody else's. So that's the who. The next is the what. What is the current situation? What is going on? What is the problem that needs to be overcome? Plays are about problems. What is this person's predicament? What is the situation? So think about an action movie. I like to use action movies because they're so narratively clear. Think about your favorite Marvel movie or whatever it is. What's going on? If you look at a scene, an individual scene from an action movie, a Marvel movie, right, a superhero movie, what's going on? What's the problem? There's always a really clear problem in a Marvel movie. Then, where are they? Literally, physically, what kind of space are they in? Are they in a restaurant? Are they in a prison? Are they in a bedroom? Are they in a museum? Are they in a bowling alley? Are they in a bar? We're going to interact with the world very differently if we're in a museum where we're quiet or if we're in a bar where we're loud. Spaces dictate our behavior. And I can't tell you how many times I have seen scenes where it's like, you're in a museum, why are you shouting? Nobody's going to believe that you're in the museum if you're shouting the way you would in a bar. If you're whispering in the bar, that's not going to translate well either. So you have to understand the space that they're in. Also, what's going on in their environment? I once saw a scene that I had to stop because the scene talked about how the characters came in from the rain. And the people just emerged, into the scene and acted like they were totally dry and just did the scene. I'm like, it was pouring outside. How do you behave when you enter a space and you came in from the pouring rain? And then as soon as they found that reality, then the scene started to feel real. Same thing with if it's, really hot outside or snowing or whatever it is. You have to understand and honor where they're from. When is this event taking place? Okay, this is really important because your play, your scene from the movie, your scene in the TV show might be taking place in a very different time period than you are currently living in. So it might be medieval times, it might be the future. We have to know when it's taking place. Let's say that it's a contemporary time. I still need more information. I need to know, within contemporary, what year is it? Is it this year, or was it during the pandemic? People are going to behave completely differently if it was 2020 or if it's now, even though the time periods are very close. Even if I know that it's this time period, that it's 2024, let's say, is it fall? Is it winter time around the holidays? Is it summer? People are going to behave differently in the summer versus holiday time. I also need to know, is it day or night? People behave differently and have different kinds of conversations at midnight than they do at 8 a.m. So I need to know when. I need to know why this event is happening now. Let me see if I can move this. Oh, nope, I gotta go back. So you can't see my last slide very well. But why is this event happening now? Why didn't it happen last year, 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago, yesterday? If in the play, I'm having a really important conversation with my sister, and we've always had tension, why am I having this conversation with her now? Well, the answer might be our father just died, and finally now we can hash out our relationship properly for the first time. Why now? Why am I having this conversation with my boyfriend right now? Well, he asked me to marry him, and I don't know how I feel about that. Why is this happening now? Why didn't it happen before? These questions are called the given circumstances, the who, what, where, when, why of a play or of a scene. You cannot do a scene without knowing the given circumstances in full detail. So it's not enough to know your scene, have an idea of what's going on. You need to know the whole play. You need to know the whole movie. You need to know the whole TV episode in order to play things believably. So you need to read that play not once, not twice, but multiple times in order to get all of the information that you need. I'm going to come back in a minute with more. That's the given circumstances.